When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. If there is that one Indian leader who stands out as the toughest and the greatest among all the leaders, then it is none other than the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Dear Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, you are remembered as the man who united India post-independence. Through your drive, your persistence and your negotiation skills, you brought together to what we now see as the modern-day Indian Republic. Like a true leader, you made use of the various forces in your armor, from negotiation skills to invoking patriotism, to unite all the fragmented states into a single country. Decades later, your very few skills remain relevant for today's modern-day leaders who are facing dynamically changing work order, a fragmented workforce, as well as the impact of the virtual life in both easing as well as posing new challenges. So this video breaks down the various key qualities that today's modern day leaders can learn from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in our quest to create a cohesive organization which eventually builds a great nation. Number 1. Be the unifying force. You were not just a freedom fighter and a social leader, but you were also the architect and the unifier of the modern India. You were the main force that led India's integration into one single country. You ensured the merger of 562 princely states with the Union of India at a critical period in the history, with the swiftness of a military commander and the deftness of a visionary leader. But what makes this even more remarkable is the fact that it was achieved without any bloodshed. It was your insight, your wisdom and your diplomacy that drove the sense in the minds of the rulers who agreed the accession with India. A leader should be the unifying power. With diverse operations spread across locations and with diverse people working towards a common goal, it is absolutely crucial for a leader to have a vision, a wisdom and a pragmatic approach to unify everyone. He must master the art of unifying everyone with insight, wisdom, tact and diplomacy, and this is a sign of a true leader. Number 2. Have a vision for tomorrow. You were a true visionary who saw ahead of times and you inspired masses to share the common vision. You dreamt of India as one big nation before you individually went to the princely states. You had the vision to unite India and you worked towards it with dedication. This is the greatest quality that today's leaders would benefit greatly. To not only be able to see into the future and access the path, but also to share the common vision with their subjects. A leader must have the ability to make the choice, whether to focus on the immediate or the eternal, the next step or the big leap, today's agenda or the bigger picture. This might always entail the sight of smaller details, but a leader with a vision needs to dream big and then work towards the same and then lead the way through and beyond the details. Being able to focus through and beyond the details, preparing for what is to come and never losing the sight of what you want to achieve is a sign of an absolute great leader. Number 3. Have the drive to learn. Born in a farmer's family, you would work with your father in the fields to supply the food and the income to the family. However, your dreams were to go beyond the borders of the country in England to study and to become a lawyer. Money was short, but your willpower was very strong. Because of lack of funds, you were unable to travel and complete your education from the promising land of England. But your learning spirit did not dampen. You borrowed books from your friends and you worked hard to become a lawyer, and you were successful in doing so. You inspired the entire nation to become one big family. A good leader should always lead by example. They should imbibe themselves with all the positive virtues of the world because the same reflects in others around them. Leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. They must be able to learn from their mistakes and use them to pave the way for themselves as well as others around them. Number 4. The power of negotiation. Among the great achievements that India's first Home Minister and the first Deputy Prime Minister is credited with is the capacity to effectively negotiate. You led the mission to successfully unite India from the front. Apart from the British colonial provinces that were allocated to India, you are credited for negotiating 562 princely states to join India. Completing this whole process would have hardly taken you years, but with the support of the master bureaucrat VP Menon, you achieved this within a stunning 3 weeks period. Engineering the union of the states to form a great nation like India was met with resistance at some states, but you went to great heights to ensure that the deal was sealed. Decisions are the toughest thing to make, especially when the choice is between where you should be and where you want to be. Your negotiation skills still holds a lot of value for all the modern day leaders as well. For any leader, the decisions you make today are what will determine your tomorrow. Working tirelessly, exploring all the possibilities, and ensuring win-win scenarios for everyone is a sign of an ideal leader. And your life takes a new turn the moment you make a new, congruent, and a committed decision. Number 5. Donning many hats. You would own various hats as a leader during the pre and the post-independence period. You were the first home and the deputy minister, and you were also the supreme commander in the Indian Army during the political integration of India and the Indo-Pakistan War of 1947. As a countryman, you had the vision to create a vibrant administrative system to keep your country safe from all the border attacks. A good leader has to play multiple roles. A leader has to ensure a collaborative environment just like Patel did to create a unified nation. Advising, inspiring and spearheading are some of the great qualities of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And all these qualities were very instrumental in the creation of the modern day India. The story of our freedom struggle is becoming a distant memory because the generation of people who actually witnessed it are slowly passing away. The main aim of studying history is to not just to know about the great stories that happened in the past, but the main aim is to know about the various mistakes our forefathers committed and the various ways they followed to achieve whatever they dreamt for. It is impossible for us to go back to the past and to change the mistakes committed by our forefathers, but what we can change is our future. The future is in our hands. A lot of people keep complaining that India as a nation hasn't done much in the 70 or more years of independence when compared to other nations like Japan. But let us not forget the fact that the wave of change has already started, and we are the real change makers and the leaders of tomorrow. We are not just here to witness the change, but we are here to be the change. So if we the leaders of tomorrow want to make an impact, much can be learned from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and his different ways.